What is up? It's MTG of MTG Reviews, and today we are comparing the BMW 330i with the VW Golf GTI. And this actually makes more sense than what you might think it does. One might just be thinking that a million rand car is an 800,000 rand car. Well, that's obvious which one is the best. Well, watching this video might just change your mind. Let's get to it. So what these cars are, this to BMW is basically the middle ground, the 330. Not really, because there's a 340 and there's the M3 and there's a 320 and there's a 318. Yeah, not quite the middle ground, right? But then this actually is, because there's the TSI, in which we don't get in South Africa anymore. We have the GTI, in which is this one, the middle one, and then we have the R. So basically this is the middle ground, but then kind of like the same but different still. So yeah, we're about to compare them. So firstly, let's start on the looks. So BMW, I mean, we know, I don't know how many times I've reviewed this car, this shape of the car. It's quite a lot of times. We all know how it looks. So actually, let's start with it. So the lights actually quite angular lights. I mean, it's typical 3 Series, quite angular, and then the grille is angular as well as the lower grille on the bumper is. And then we have these boomerang looking things which houses the fog lights. Quite nice design, angular. And then going into the 8 GTI, right, quite different from the previous one, because this one is not as aggressive, or that's what people are saying, it's not as aggressive, but then it works for me. It's still quite nice. We have the red strip right here, which connects the headlights with the grille, well, the smaller grille of the car, which goes through the VW badge as well. Quite a nice car. Wheels wise, interesting. Actually, let me know down in the comment section which one you prefer. I'd say the GTI has the better looking wheels. I actually like them compared to the 330. Quite nice. And then the colors, nearly the same color, but then the GTI is quite dark. Not dark, it's just a little bit darker than the 330. But then all in all, man, quite nice looking cars. Let's look at the side. So we know a Golf obviously means it's a hatchback, and then the 330, it's a 3 Series, obviously it's a sedan. Let's start with the Golf. Quite nice looking car. We know this shape actually coming from the 7 Golf 7 GTI and R and everything. They quite carried it over to the 8. Still nice looking car. And then we have the GTI badge here on the front fender. Okay, looking at the back, quite interesting. I really like this, man. I don't know, I can't emphasize it enough. I quite like how it looks. And then we have the GTI badge just under the VW badge. Quite nice touch, in which VW actually does this on each and every car. They just did it on the newly unveiled Polo. Yeah, jumping into the 330, dual exhaust actually on both cars. Just that you can see the tips more on the GTI because they are chrome tips, and then these ones are darkened tips, but then you get tips on both cars. Quite an interesting looking back. The 330 badge here, and then the BMW badge just up there. Quite nice cars, nice looking cars, quite muscly. Yeah, the 330 looks like it's a more, yeah, it's more brawny, it's more, yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah, let's get into the interior. Let's start with the Golf 8 GTI. So getting on the inside, I've already reviewed this car, so it's just like a quick in and out thing. Let me fold this because the sun is being a problem here. The steering wheel design and the steering wheel feels quite nice. Perforated leather here so that you don't sweat on the steering wheel. We have pedal shifters here, which are quite small. And on VWs, I've mentioned this a lot of times, I'm not really a big fan of them because the car is gonna upshift anyways. No matter what you do, you turn off the traction control, it's gonna upshift, so it doesn't make a difference. But then the steering wheel look quite like it, with the red color accents here, and then the red stitching quite makes it look sporty. It contributes to the sporty look. Next thing, the digital gauge cluster. Interesting as well. Let's switch the car on so that we can explore it further. Fuck the steering wheel. Okay, here it shows the gears, as you can see. Now we're on park with this dinky little shifter, which that car actually has the same thing. You'll see when we get to it. Okay, changing the view of the digital gauge cluster. You press view again. Oh flip, my door is still open. Let me close this. The seat pushes forward. Okay, press view. It changes. It's gonna show the full map, which is nice actually as well. I feel like Audi still does this better, because even the resolution of this screen is okay. It's not really that great. It's okay. It's, you can kind of see pixelations, but it's okay. You can change, and which is gonna show you the speed here in kilometers per hour. Here it's gonna show you music if you're playing music, and then the range just down here, and then the drive mode here. And talking about drive modes, we have eco, we have sport. Flip, I'm reflecting. Eco, comfort, sport, and individual, where you can change individual things. Okay, let's finish up here. We have another view actually, which was gonna show the car here if we had the adaptive cruise control set on, and which is this one. I've just deactivated it, but then you can activate it there when the car is moving. So now, what I don't like about this car is this, the infotainment screen. Not that it's bad here, but then how everything is located is just maybe unnecessary, man. I feel like the old VW screen, where it's just like you have shortcut buttons here, quite worked perfect instead of this one, because everything is just here, right? It's on the screen. Though even on those old ones we did have this, it was quicker to just use that. So on this one, let's say you want the climate system to work, you don't have controls here. You have to press climber, so everything is controlled through here, and then you switch it on and off through the screen, and then such a fuss I'm not a big fan of. That's the quick take on the screen. And then we have type C charging ports down here, the transmission tunnel, piano black plastic, which I've mentioned a lot of times that I'm not a fan of as well. Dinky shifter, it's okay, it works. Engine start stop button, this is the P button, park button, and then the handbrake, handbrake button, or you call it a button or a pull shifter or whatever. And then we have auto hold here, in which you activate if you are gonna activate it if you are on traffic or just driving. If you let go, or if you're gonna stop and then you let go of the what's this? Say you stopped, right? Obviously you're not accelerating. You stop and you let go of the accelerator. It's not just gonna go. You have to like step on it for it to move. Quite nice. And then we have storage here, and then this is how the seat looks, GTI branded, and then the door card looks nice as well. Let's get to the 330. Now getting inside the 330, actually I'll compare which one feels more luxurious. This one, when you get down, you really go low. Wait, let me pull the seat back so that I can have more space, and then close the door. So let's block the sun a bit. Yeah, this one feels more spacious actually, and the seat is way lower. You sit lower than on the GTI. So we have this huge screen here, which is connected to the digital infotainment as well. So it's quite a nice looking screen, and then you can change views of it. By pressing here, and then as you can see, there's layout and there's content there. It won't show everything because the car is off, but then you go to layout, so it basically changes the outline of that specific layout that you chose. So you can choose maps here, and then you can choose the G meter. You can choose just the audio play. Okay, interesting. The steering wheel look and the feel feels nice, more girthy than the one on the GTI. What I like about the GTI steering wheel over this is that one has perforated leather, this one doesn't. So when you sweat, you sweat. But then what I like about this setup more than the GTI is pedal shifters. These are like bigger, as you can see, and they are more, when you press them, they are more like, they feel like pedal shifters. Quite nice, and it won't upshift. When you're just on manual mode, you just press down and it's gonna show you shift lights here. It's not gonna upshift. That's how manual should be like. Okay, infotainment screen. Here there's a lot to go through, unlike the GTI. So I won't go through everything because I already have. I'll just put my M340i review just up here on the link. You can just press on that after this video, or just go to the description below. So this is the apps on the car. You see, there's quite a lot of them. Everything is an app. Everything is an app. Oh no, Android Auto and CarPlay, two different apps. Could have just been one. App Connect or app whatever. Could have just been one. I feel like they could have simplified this, put a lot of things under media, and then when you go to media, that's where you see. Just like Spotify, radio, this just under media. Yeah, but it is what it is. Anyways, so okay, this one works like the Golf as well. Everything that you get about the climate control is through your screen. Go to climate menu and then you control through these controls. It's okay. At least here you don't get piano black, so it's quite nice. Yeah, it's not shiny. It's a nice looking material. I like this. I like the pattern as well. And then this is the iDrive where you get to control everything that's on the screen. So yeah, quite interesting. And then this is the dinky shifter, BMW's take on it. So yeah, works. It's fine. And then more controls: traction control, parking assist, auto start stop, and then engine start, sport comfort. These are the drive modes. And then here you control the infotainment screen. And then we have storage here. It's quite big. It's quite big. And then the seat on the GTI looks better, but then this one feels more comfortable online. And then we have an adjustable headrest. On that one is just fixed. It's a bucket seat. So yeah, quite nice. So let me know in the comment section which one you prefer the looks of in the interior and the exterior as well, or which one would you go for. Though the prices are very different on these cars, yeah, which one would you go for? So the performance, this is what makes the GTI make sense in a way. Hear me out. So the Golf dishes out 180 kilowatts and 370 newton meters of torque, and which is proper numbers, right? And the 330i pumps up 190 kilowatts and 400 newton meters of torque, and which is obviously more than the Golf. But the difference in power is only 10 kilowatts and in torque is only 30 newton meters. Stay with me here. The GTI weighs only 1,300 or around 1,300 kilograms, just around there, and then the 330i weighs around 1,500 kilograms. So the difference is just nearly 200 kilograms. So meaning that the GTI has a chance. The 0 to 100 takes the 330 5.9 seconds, which is basically 6 seconds. And then the GTI takes 6.4 seconds. So you can see like the difference is just a 0.5 of a second, right? There is a difference here. But I think the main contributing factor that the GTI is slower, it's just that it's front wheel drive. If it was rear wheel drive, I feel like it could probably match this. But well, it is what it is. I've mentioned why actually front wheel drives are actually slower to take off or not as quick as rear wheel drives in the Polo GTI review and the Golf GTI review. Actually, you can check it out on the channel. So rolling, I believe that the GTI stands a chance against the 330, but that's a story for another day. And as I've said in the beginning of the video, the Golf cost less. So the price of the 330i is this one, 1 million, and then the one of the GTI is 816,000, which is the base price. I think if you really want to be the 330i, just go for the Golf 8R, and which is priced at 972,000 and has more power and it has all-wheel drive. So yeah, that's that. Until the next one, thank you.